Hey guys, and welcome to Week 2, Day 3 of the SKL regular season. I'm Silky Mittens, and today I'm joined behind the caster desk by my good friends Dezaninator.
Oh, hey, what's up?
And Ponox.
Hey guys.
As we head into this one, between the Thunderducks and LandBeforeTime, we got Thunderducks on blue side for Game 1 and LandBeforeTime on the red side. We're going to get right into it, guys, into picks and bans here. We do want to let you know before this one starts that there is a 2-ban loss on the side of LandBeforeTime just for penalties, just in our rules, a little bit of rule breaking going on. Those guys are rebels, so they're going to lose 2 bans in Game 1. They're going to have all 3 bans for Game 2 as long as no more rule breaking goes on. We do have the Janna, Irelia, and Azir ban from the Thunderducks, and just the Fiddlesticks ban going out onto LandBeforeTime. Are you surprised that the one ban they used is going towards Metaphor and the Fiddlesticks?
Kind of. I feel like he only brings up the Fiddlesticks when his other champions get banned, and the guy's got a massive champion pool anyways. So I'm not sure if that was really worth a ban, but they do take the Janna away from Sharptooth, who's shown he's pretty proficient with the champion. He does very well. It is also a champion Dev Master J plays, but he's got the Alistar and the Braum ahead, so I think he'll be alright. The Azir ban, Unfriendly Panda, that sick 5-man Azir ulti last week. I mean, he kind of got set up for it, but we'll have to see what they end up trying to pick here in the first round.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, that Fiddlesticks is definitely something you want to take away from Metaphor, but again, they're leaving a lot up. But, I mean, if you leave up the Hecarim, I mean, that's something people are more familiar with playing with, where Fiddlesticks, it's not the most common pick right now, so you might want to take away what you don't know. Better to deal with the devil you know than the one you don't, right? So we're going to have the first pick coming out here for Thunderducks here, so we're going to have to see what they prioritize. I'm wondering if they're going to go with that early, jungle pick from Metaphor, if they're going to leave that.
Yeah, Nocturne, he did pick up last week, who's a very strong pick at this point with that buff to his ulti, and he went beast mode. He went beast mode on the Nocturne. Straight damage when going with the warrior. He ganks a ton. Then he goes blade into another brutalizer towards Yomu. Didn't finish the Yomus, I don't believe, and then started building Triforce.
Right. If he goes all out, he goes all out. That's Metaphor's style. Really interesting to see what he'll do this game. But we know what Taeyang will be doing, and that will be going back to the Victor. Not a huge surprise there. We were kind of talking before this game started that maybe the one ban being used by LandBeforeTime would be against Taeyang on the Victor. Probably favorite champ and a strong champ, getting nerfed in the early game, but not really mattering. Just pumping out loads of damage in those team fights.
Yeah, it looks like LandBeforeTime is going to take away this Braum here, which I think is probably the smartest thing they can do. Having that Janna banned and the Braum taken away, it's probably going to leave up some other form of engage. I mean, Braum is one of the stronger supports right now, and as well, taking that Skarner, that's 2 very strong first-round picks for LandBeforeTime. So I do like this right now. I mean, they don't have to, they can wait for the mid, they can counterpick that later on, even though it was prioritized very early, so they have a lot to think about there, a lot of time to kind of judge the rest of the comp that's going to come out there.
Yeah, do want to note too also that LandBeforeTime using a substitute, Cletus Cassidy, in the jungle position, did use Cletus for 1 game last week, and that was the first game, and it came out to some pretty good results too, playing pretty strong, not really looking like a sub, playing some good meshing with the rest of the team, some good teamwork.
Yeah, he's pulling a different jungler this week. He did bring out the Evelyn last week. Skarner might be good. He did spend a lot of time in the lanes with that Evelyn. He didn't farm as much. So I'm curious if the Skarner is going to more cater to his playstyle. He's not going to be able to just hang out in bushes invisible. But no surprise here. We see them hovering the Alistar. No, I'm not saying Dev Master J's champ pool is small, but he sticks with what he's good with. And the Braum Alistar right now, 2 very strong picks, both champions, very proficient without having much gold. They're just very tanky and hard to kill.
Yeah, we can talk all day long about how Dev Master J is only good on, 3 champions per se, but if it's working, there's no reason to switch away from it. And if it's strong, once again, no reason to switch away from it. Alistar, Braum, probably one of the 2 strongest supports. There's a couple others that could fit team comp just as well, but Alistar, hard engage, good disengage as well. Just an overall good champion. Not surprised.
I mean, we're saying that that's probably the only 3 champions that he's good on, but then again, it's really the only 3 champions we've seen him play. I mean, he could still be very good on other things, so still very early into the league right now to say kind of what he's kind of the one trick on, but so far, if he's got those 3 champions, he's good to go. I mean, that's all you really need. I mean, if he takes all 3 bans from a team with those 3 champions, then he's doing his job. especially the Gnar. I think that's also a very good pickup here for Panda in the top lane, a very well-rounded top laner. It's going to be able to have a lot of engage with that Alistar, so I like it a lot.
Yeah, as much as we say Devmaster Jay's a 3-trick pony, we only see Panda play Gnar. Really, in the top lane, we see Taeyang pull out the Victor whenever he can. So, not to say that these guys aren't good at other champions, but just pretty predictable team comp coming out, unless it's banned, which this game, of course, is not. So, pretty easy. We'll see what LandBeforeTime can counter with, kind of knowing pretty much if all these champions are left open, they're going to go for it. So that's predictable. We'll see if they can counter it with their own picks.
So they pick up the Lulu here. I think they're going to be going for like a protect the true Rice comp here. Having that Braum, having the Lulu. I'm wondering what they're going to go with in the top lane. Or maybe even that's a top lane Lulu and it could be going something in the mid lane here. But
quick, Ashe or Sivir? Which is it? Which one's Pulse is going to bring out today?
With their comp, I want to say Sivir. The movement speed with the Gnar and the Alistar. I mean, they have a ton of engage. Both would be very good in this comp.
All right. If he pulls out a champion that's not Ashe or Sivir, finish your drink, everyone, okay? That's what I'm saying. Probably, I do agree, a Sivir would be pretty beneficial to this comp. Righteous Glory, of course, like on the likes of Alistar, maybe an Ancient Coin, would really give them that move fast comp. Maybe the Hecarim will come out too.
It
See
could.
The Flying V come out again,
definitely
maybe?
Could. Flying
V.
Sivir.
Rengar.
Oh. He has played this in the qualifiers, and he's had it banned against him quite a few times. And honestly, with the aggressive style that Metaphor has, I think Rengar is a very suiting champion for his playstyle. But I mean, as much as we joke that Pulsus only plays, him and True Rice have completely different AD carry styles. He's more of the utility. True Rice is more of that hard carry, late game farming champion. And so the bot lane's going to be a big discrepancy. The Maokai pickup, interesting. With the amount of juggernauts that are open right now, I mean, Fiora, Darius.
They're all up. Mordekaiser, the whole 9 yards. I'm surprised we didn't see really any of them except for the Skarner coming out here. It's actually crazy. The Maokai, I mean, that would kind of protect the ADC comp a little bit, just having that point-and-click snare. But I mean, it's not going to do a whole lot when you have the amount of frontline and just movement speed and everything that they have with Pulsus and hopefully the coin coming up from Alistar.
Really, the only safety for True Rice in this game is going to be the Lulu. Pretty scary if Rengar gets ahead. Braum can't really react as fast. It takes a little while to get the passive stacked up on an assassin jumping on your AD carry. If Metaphor can one-shot people, it's only going to be Unfriendly Panda shielding True Rice on that Jinx. And also kind of looking at this comp, sort of a one-edged sword. Now, True Rice, pretty much the only damage. Lulu is, like, as much as Unfriendly Panda is good on that champion. You know, Blake really wants to talk, so I'm going to hand it over to him. But it's pretty much looking like it's just True Rice. It's the True Rice show today.
I don't really... It's not... Sorry, I may have stressed that to it. I don't really want to... It's just, I don't like the Maokai pick into this because of that exact reason. I don't think they have enough damage. With the Maokai nerf on his ulti, I feel like the matchup between Gnar and Maokai is even more unfavorable now. So I feel it's going to be hard for Caladir to beat Panda. And with how consistent Metaphor is at getting his lanes ahead, I'm very concerned for the side of LandBeforeTime. But LandBeforeTime's bot lane, I think, is the match that's really going to pull them ahead. We've seen the bot lane for Thunderducks not be as strong as other bot lanes, but I'm going to keep an eye down there.
Yeah, Thunderduck's bot lane isn't strong, but it's consistent. Pretty much always going even, they're just doing their job. As a Sivir, your job isn't really to get ahead and go 10-0 coming out of lane or anything crazy like that. You could, which would be really awesome for them, but it's just not your job. Your job is to farm up, keep True Rice down, which is what Sivir does. Got the Spell Shield pretty relatively safe along with the Alistar combo as well. So definitely looking a little bit scary, I think, coming out of this. I was going to ask you guys what I usually ask, who's got the edge in this one, but I feel like the answer might be unanimous, might be a little favored towards the Thunderducks. Just looking at the comps here, it's a little bit scary. True Rice really needs to get ahead to get going.
Absolutely. So we're going to be taking a short break here, guys, as we're going to throw on some ads, but we'll be right back and on to the Rift with Thunderducks versus LandBeforeTime, so stick around.
Yo, check this out.
see you in my dreams. And every chance you dance I'll take, if I can't see you again. And I've got all the time it seems, I'd rather see you in my dreams.
All right, guys, here we are back and with the Thunderducks versus LandBeforeTime. So on the blue side, we have the Thunderducks with Panda playing that Gnar in the top lane, Metaphor with that Rengar in the jungle, Victor with Taeyang in the mid lane, Pulse is playing that Sivir in the bot lane with Devmaster J on Alistar on support.
Absolutely. On the red side, we do have LandBeforeTime playing the Totemic Maokai in the top lane, Caladir. In the jungle, substitute coming in for this game, Cletus Cassidy playing that Skarner. In the mid lane, it's Unfriendly Panda back on the Lulu, True Rice and Sharptooth rounding out that bot lane with the Firecracker, Jinx, and the Braum. So, heading into this one, pretty excited. Kind of giving the edge towards Thunderducks, but what really is the win condition then for LandBeforeTime?
I think mid lane is won by Thunderducks only because he has Creator Victor. If you have that skin, you basically win the lane. No, but laning phase, I've got to give everything to Thunderducks except for bot lane. I think True Rice is on that hyper carry, and they did build the team comp around him, so it's going to be very important that he does get ahead. But as far as LandBeforeTime goes, I really want to see Cletus Cassidy shut down Metaphor.
Something I'm going to be looking for here, too, is going to be LandBeforeTime with that objective control around that Skarner. They're going to want to make sure that they have all those shrines collected there, so they're really going to be focusing on those dragons, focusing on really getting this Skarner rolling here, having some, a lot of clear time going with the jungle. So I really hope that they focus that and not that they get shut down so early here, with the Rengar, that they, have trouble getting out of that laning phase.
Yeah, kind of the same comp from LandBeforeTime that they ran in Game 2 of last week, running a Twitch comp, Protect the True Rice comp, getting that Twitch ahead, and pretty much only relying on him for the damage. It was all about the Twitch coming out of stealth and picking people off. They weren't able to get quite enough of a lead to make that work, and this is kind of looking like the same thing, just different champion with the Jinx this time around. They do have the Skarner, can create some early game pressure using those shrines.
They're taking them.
They're being aggressive and taking those shrines. Trying to deny some of that movement speed and buffs that Skarner gets in those areas. But they're probably going to steal right back. I mean, Sharptooth is right there to take that one.
And that timer, I mean, they're already out of the jungle, so it's going to reset, so they're going to be able to grab that again right away. Just flashing some masteries here. But, I mean, it's not a huge advantage gained from Thunderducks just because LandBeforeTime was well aware that they were in their jungle there, taking those shrines just with some nice early warding from their, laners there. So, not really any advantage gained from that small invade there. I think they were just hoping to catch someone else, but everyone was pretty scared there about any kind of aggression in the early game with a Rengar, followed up with the Alistar as well. So not something you want to really, gamble on there. So it looks like we might see a double jungle coming out of Thunderducks here in the early game. Just having that Gnar focusing around that red buff with Metaphor, helping them get that early clear down.
Absolutely. Metaphor probably going to spend a lot of time in the mid lane, honestly. With the Alistar Sivir, the really safe lane, you don't really want to focus too much on getting Sivir ahead. I only see Metaphor going down bot lane if it's for a kill, to be honest. Getting Taeyang ahead, getting that double threat with the hopefully fed Rengar and the Victor will be crucial, I think, for the Thunderduck. So I foresee a lot of time spent in this mid lane for Metaphor.
Especially with how strong Lulu is early. Now that Victor got a bit nerfed, his lasers don't do as much. I guess overall he doesn't do as much damage. Not sure if his wave clear is as good, but Lulu's just pretty much going to shove him under his turret and make it very hard. But True Rice throwing down the damage bot lane, and I think this is going to be a big concern. But I think also Metaphor can, if he focuses that top lane since they started the double jungle, get Panda to a 10 ahead. He should win the lane as it is, just the matchup. But if you give him the tools to be ahead more, he should be able to keep you.
This is going to spell danger for Pulse. He's going to have to flash the heal, getting head butted away. That was a really close one and really kind of confusing positioning by Pulses there, walking away, trying not to get trapped, but it wasn't even available.
Not a fun lane. It's Jinx got that range. You can't spell shield the rockets, so you can spell shield the zap, which is going to negate a lot of the poke. But Braum is just such a potent support with when you can land those Winter's bites. Jinx has the range to just hammer away and pop the stacks early. So Pulsis and Devmaster J in a tight spot. Thankfully, Alistair does have that sustain with the heal, so we'll have to see if it's enough to pull them back and let Pulsis safely farm underneath this turret.
Holy.
But he is taking a lot of damage from True Rice here. We do see Cletus Cassidy making his way down there, but I don't think he's going to be able to gank much, so I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if Metaphor did make his way bot. I know we were saying it's not necessarily good, but just to raise the pressure. But we do see him coming up top here, swinging around the back. Panda 210 does have Mega Gnar, but it's just going to drop right now. We're going to go into Caladir. He does have Flash available. They get the triple stacks almost proc, but they start diving. And it goes towards them. They do pick up the kill bot lane. They trade 1 for 1. As we see, Metaphor also picks up a kill. A lot of action going on everywhere on the map, but opposite sides of the end, there's kills picked up, and maybe a little aggressive there inside of LandBeforeTime, diving for the kill onto Pulsis, and he actually gets one in return. I think that's very favorable for him.
It's definitely favorable for Pulsis, considering Cletus Cassidy got the kill. It wasn't True Rice getting the kill onto Pulsis, so that's going to be a little unfavored by them. Probably wanting True Rice, since he's their main damage, to get ahead early. Not going to be the case, and going to give one back to Pulsis. So yeah, not a favorable trade. Good gank in the top lane by Metaphor. No wards at all by Caladir, and being a Maokai, you have limited options to get out there. Flash is one of them, and unfortunately not enough to get out there alive.
So, especially when he runs towards that bush, there's just a lot of gap closers.
Yeah, Metaphor doing a lot of work. I mean, he recognizes that Cletus is going bot there, so he makes his way top. But just looking at this bot lane as well, just the amount of pressure that early game Braum is having there, 24 CS up to the 14, just the amount of harass they were able to put down on Pulsis early there, really putting her behind. So I'm going to be kind of worried about this Jinx scaling up into a very scary state a little earlier than they would like. I mean, has the 1 assist, so that's a bit of gold there on top of the just the CS advantage. So I'm a little worried there. Odd though, just with that kill, having the gold up there for Pulsis actually.
The importance is that Pulsis picked up first blood, which gives you the extra gold. He did pick up the kill. I think Caladir was the last one to die, so Pulsis killed Cletus. No, yeah, and then Cletus ended up getting the kill onto Pulsis, giving him that extra little bit of gold. And I think a kill is equal to about 12 to 15 CS. So it did kind of equal it out, but if the lane keeps going the same way it is, they still have the same equal items. Jinx should still just keep putting down a lot of damage onto Pulsis and take a lead in that lane.
Yeah, so they should be worried about that kind of lead creeping up a bit further and further in the CS department. Cletus, though, looking like he wants to make his way into this mid lane here, just waiting for a good opportunity to go in on Yang here. Gotta be careful.
Oh, they do go into Taeyang, and he does proc to stun the gravity field, though, keeping Cletus Cassidy. Unfriendly Panda using Wild Growth on himself. Maybe not needed, but they still pick up the kill. But we do see Metaphor going back to this top lane. No flash available. He does have Mega Gnar, no Gnar ulti, but he's not going to need it. They get the stun. He throws the house. They pick up a kill. Really well done. Trading kills on the opposite side of the map, but Metaphor really prioritizing getting Panda ahead here.
They're going to have to be very careful about, this Gnar getting super far ahead, because Maokai has a tough enough time in lane just with the Gnar in general, but one that's very far ahead, and it looks like he's going to be rushing towards that Black Cleaver too. So it's going to get even worse from here on out once he's able to have a lot more damage on those stacks that he's able to accumulate just from the autos. They're going to have to be very careful with the Caladir. I mean, he's only going to be getting farther and farther behind unless they give him a little bit of attention.
Yeah, good by Metaphor to be in that top lane. Really only the one ward for Caladir, and it was in his own try. But when you're overextended that much, Metaphor didn't even need to go through the tri-bush to gank him. He went right up, did have that pink ward in the side river brush in the top lane, so able to just walk right in, no flash. Not going to go to that one, especially when you're a slow tree. Don't move too fast these days.
I do like the aggression that this bot lane from LandBeforeTime has. True Rice is really zoning out by himself. They have Sharpshoots there for the threat that if he wants to go in, they Winter's Bite and start proccing it. But he's just using his rockets very effectively to zone out Pulsis and punish him for trying to get that CS. And it's just showing that's why he is so far ahead in CS. Playing a little safer now, but they need to keep that up. I wouldn't be surprised. Metaphor going top again here. Panda flash Gnar. He doesn't catch the wall. He does use the Twisted Advance to dodge the stun. The tower's going to pick up the kill onto Panda, giving a kill over to Caladir. But Metaphor ends up cleaning up that kill. Maybe not entirely worth going in for that dive and giving the kill to Caladir, but he played that very well.
Absolutely, definitely played it well, but now he's worth more gold. Resetting that and getting another kill onto Metaphor isn't always a bad thing. So Panda does go down, but getting an assist for himself, so it is worth resetting the gold for Cality. You're probably going to see Metaphor up there again. Is looking like a little bit of a tent forming in the river there, I believe.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing was that the Gnar ultimate didn't seem to actually stun Caladir against the wall there, as he was able to Twisted Advance right away and lock him up under tower. So he took a ton of tower aggro there. So Panda going a little too aggressive. So I would like to see them maybe, you know, a little more patience on their side, able to set those ganks up a little more than trying to force them all the time with this tent that Metaphor seems to be setting up there now. 2-0-1 on this Rengar. I mean, that's only going to get scarier too with a Rengar able to jump on that backline Jinx. So they're going to have to be very, very careful once they hit the mid-game spikes here and it starts going into 5v5 fights with Metaphor just engaging with his ultimate onto True Rice. So... scary.
I do like the pickup by Metaphor too here to get the Rangers Trailblazer Smite. Get that clearing smite. You don't want to spend a lot of time in the jungle, so it's going to increase your clear speed. Rengar doesn't have too much trouble once he has a couple items. Does have a lot of damage to clear camps, but he doesn't want to spend that much time clearing his own jungle. He wants to spend time getting kills, getting ahead, and getting fed. So I do like that pickup by them. Get the boots, get around the map faster as well. But now going towards his bot lane, I feel as soon as that ultimate comes up, that'll be his next stop. Onto True Rice.
They do need to put pressure onto that LandBeforeTime bot lane, as they are doing it very well themselves, just 2v2, like we were saying earlier, pushing in. But as far as that mid lane's going, we do see an equal CSing. Oh, we do see Deathmaster Jay flash pulled, but Cleese Cassidy is there. He headbutts Sharptooth back as they get caught up in the chompers. Metaphor, Glacial First Year comes out, spreading out a lot of damage, but they're going to keep trading back. 2 more hits to proc the passive. They do get Deathmaster Jay. He does not have, or he does still have ulti available, but he is taken down before he even uses it. Very questionable. The TP is cancelled in the top lane. We see Metaphor going to try and pick up True Rice. The Zap gets a kill, but they do still pick it up by Pulses. Can they chase down Cletus Cassidy? Taeyang has showed up with the flash is used, and that is a 2-for-2 bot lane. Quite the party. I'm very confused why Deathmaster Jay did not use his ulti at any point during that fight. I'm pretty sure it would have kept him alive, but very good fight there. Very close.
Yeah, not using the ultimate and also not using his headbutt right away. You saw the flash pulse go on the 2 members, both True Rice and Sharptooth. See a little bit of action here in the top lane. Caladir going to get ulted Nard backwards, not going to get stunned. Just a little bit of poking. He's going to use that Gnar ultimate before he tunes down to Mega, or Mini Gnar rather. But in the bot lane, it's a little peculiar by Deathmaster Jay holding onto that headbutt. He waited a couple seconds and then once, I believe it was Sharptooth, was already caught up by the snare from Metaphor, then headbutted him back, but he's able to stand beside me, or stand behind me right back. So it was a little bit peculiar spell choice there.
I didn't know, he might have got caught in the
Chompers?
Chompers.
Okay.
Might have, because I know that Metaphor did get caught up in there as well. But that kind of sucks. Taeyang going bot, not getting a kill or an assist, and Unfriendly Panda put a ton of damage onto that turret, which is really good. Once they open up that map and start grouping, this Jinx just picked up 2 kills bot lane. He does almost have the IE. Looks like he's going to go IE Shiv. Get that Zeke's Harbinger going on the Jinx, and there's going to be a lot of damage going. But very well played by both teams, but I think a little more beneficial for LandBeforeTime.
A good read from both the junglers as well to both kind of be in that scenario at the same time. So we did see a TP come in from Panda there too, and it did get cancelled. So it's going to be a bit longer cooldown for him there. So we maybe might see a setup for drag here from LandBeforeTime, just having that TP up a little bit earlier on Caladir. Maybe try and focus some objectives now. But the Vision War so far looks very in the side of Thunderducks here, having some defensive pinks as well as some very well-placed green wards to kind of light up around that dragon area. So they're going to know if anybody's kind of trying to make any moves around there. So far, I'd say that maybe LandBeforeTime needs to kind of pick up that vision game a little bit harder here, having the Sight Stone on Sharptooth, but not doing too much with it.
It's the one way that LandBeforeTime really has to fight against the Thunderducks is the vision, and they really don't have it. Against a Rengar, you need the deep wards. And having as much pressure as they do in the bot lane, would like to see Cletus come down here, create more pressure, and get more deep wards. That's how you're really going to keep True Rice safe. If you see Rengar coming from far away, you can't pop his ulti like too far away, or else he's not going to get there in time. So we'd like to see a little bit more vision prioritizing the bot lane, keeping True Rice alive.
And I think an early dragon would really benefit LandBeforeTime. They have the teleport advantage, like you were saying, Ponox. They might as well use it to their advantage, but we do see Pulses having to use ulti. Glacial Pressure coming out as Cletus Cassidy is bot lane. They do lock up Deathmaster Jay. He does does have to use his ulti. It's going to wear away soon. This Zap does slow him down as well as Chilling Smite. The ulti is over. The Skarner ulti coming out last second to pick up, and the kill is there. Metaphor does pop the ulti. Doesn't go in though, but we do see he just walked right by Unfriendly Panda. This might be the time to either shove that bot turret as Taeyang's going to get mid turret or put a lot of damage and swing towards Dragon. But this is what I was saying. They have the advantage. I think they win that 4v4. They get the kill.
Oh, they're going for the dive.
They go for the dive. They don't have the ulti available. He's just trying to get a stun maybe. Not able to pick up the kill.
Yeah.
That was a pretty risky dive there, actually, knowing that Metaphor was in the area. Not too sure what Cletus was wanting to do there. I mean, he did have the ultimate down, just threw down the Chilling Spike and wanted to get the stun on, but I don't know if they would have been able to burst down Pulses before Metaphor would have been able to kind of re-engage there and do some damage himself with them tanking the aggro right off the bat.
Yeah, having the man advantage in that bot lane, I think if they would have played a little bit safer, they might have been able to put some real damage on that turret and then turn around and get drag. Unfortunately, they get neither now. Taeyang was the mid lane. Unfriendly Panda had come all the way bot lane to add support. So if you would have played that a little bit safer, waited for the wave to come in, do as much damage as you can to that turret, and then turn around for a drag. Now they get neither. Unfortunate choice.
And they knew there was no pressure of Metaphor ulting because he did walk right past Unfriendly Panda. That exclamation mark would have let him know, okay, Rengar's near me, and he had already ulted. So they would have been able to push a turret without having any surprises come their way. Panda's TP wasn't available. But Sharptooth, being the real support, freezing that wave for True Rice, just taking as much damage, popping Unbreakable, taking a bit of reduced damage. But that's what I like to see in his support, man. There you go. That's a true hero right there.
Just doing his job.
Oh man, he's got to get himself farmed. He's got to get fed. That's what he needs right now.
He's a real MVP right now, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, so I think the scariest part right now, because all the lanes are pretty even across the board. I mean, Sivir's caught up decently to Jinx here, only down a little bit of CS. So I'd say the biggest discrepancy now is in that top lane with the Gnar being up close to 1,000 gold here, just short. It's gonna kind of get a little scarier as he builds a little bit of damage where the Maokai's only gonna go for some utility items. Both of the teleports, oh, not both of them, just the one for Gnar is up right now, and they're gonna be going for Dragon without their teleports though. I mean, they're gonna have to be pretty careful, but it doesn't look like anybody's gonna be here in time to contest it as Metaphor is a little out in the wings here, but they might try and turn on to the bot lane with a man advantage now.
They do have the speed up, but we do see Sharptooth going in. He does have Glacial Fissure, but they're just going to back away. But I think that's where Caladir does have a bit of an advantage. As long as he keeps an eye on Panda 210, he cannot teleport within vision of Caladir. He used that Twisted Advance, the knock-up. He's not going anywhere. But in the same respect, Panda can also cancel it only in Meganar farm. Oh, Metaphor jumping onto True Rice there does make him pop the flash. Gonna put some damage here, but they have to be very careful as Cletus Cassidy is coming in from the backside here.
Yeah, that is the flash use as well onto True Rice, walking up toward that, and at the same time, Rengar jumping on your face, pretty scary thing, but has a flash available. Doesn't have to heal or anything, getting out of that one, getting stunned up, but just under her own turret, so no harm, no foul. Summoner spell burnt, works for Metaphor. That'll make it easier next time his ulti comes up.
I think, I don't know if True Rice got a little confused or just really doesn't like buying Cloak. He's got half IE built, he's got half of his Static Shift built. He does have the Average Blade, which isn't bad, but he's not building towards. He bought Boots and a Dagger. That's easily enough for a Cloak of Agility to start working towards your IE, but he's farming pretty proficiently, so I don't think it's a big rush to get either item.
No, I mean, kind of just the baker on the team having a lot of recipes here, not quite finishing anything off, but we do see so far that, I mean, in the top lane, he has finished that Black Cleaver, and the Maokai is still sitting on a Catalyst, working towards an item, but still not finishing it up. He is down, so I would be expecting any keep. Metaphor, wow, that's a lot of damage.
Goes into Unfriendly Panda. They do a lot of damage. He does get re-snared, and they do take him down. That Chaos Storm doing a ton of damage. You can use that ulti. He doesn't even pop heal to try and heal himself, and Ignite wasn't on him. Very curious why he didn't try, but they take him down, picking up that free kill. That's 3-1-3, and they do go on to Deadmaster J here. The TP coming in from Panda 210. It's not going to be interrupted as he is in base. They're going to chase down True Rice. He does get the triple stack. The Ignite is burning down on Sharptooth. They pick up that kill. The slow, the flash pulse going on to True Rice. They throw him back underneath the turret. That's a double kill for Panda. Caladir comes in way too late, and he has to be careful. There's 4v2 here. Then goes Meganar, throws him into the wall. He's just locked up. They take him down. Panda's going to survive and get away. That's 3 kills for, or 4, yeah, 3 kills, sorry, for sure for Thunder Ducks, and they're going to get a turret as well.
That was an excellent play by Deathmaster J. The flash Pulve and then pushing, I believe, Pulses back onto the turret, or True Rice rather,
yeah,
closer to the Pulses, able to pick up that kill. Excellent play, also juggling the turret aggro as well. Deathmaster J popping that ulti, able to tank it for quite a while, and then switching it over to Panda 210, able to tank most of it in Meganar, and also saving that Meganar that ultimate for the last kill there to land the kill on Caladir. That was very well played.
And that's capitalizing on that blown flash earlier by True Rice. Metaphor going bot, blowing that flash early, and Unfriendly Panda died earlier in his own lane. You don't have that utility to keep your AD carry alive. Easy dive for them, and they pick up 3 kills and a turret. Really well played by Thunderducks.
Also, a bit of concerning miscommunication coming out of LandBeforeTime. Caladir having a teleport come in so late, and he was just 1v4 at that point, so I don't know what exactly he was hoping to turn around there, maybe just defend the turret, but I mean, they had enough front line there that they could definitely tank the turret and turn that around on him, because he's not even that tanky himself right now, just having that Catalyst and the Glacial Shroud for some defense there, but nothing finished up. We do see the Skarner going for a very early locket here, it looks like, as he's building the Aegis right now. Maybe some other tank items might be better on, but I mean, the Victor does have a lot of AoE damage, so all around, that's still a pretty decent pickup. We do see some top map movement here, as they are going to be kind of moving on to Panda.
He's got a lot of lockdown. He is pretty tanky. He does have a lot of CC. Oh, the Skarner grabs him as he's mid-jump trying to get over that wall. And they end up giving the kill to True Rice. I mean, you couldn't ask for more. Just hold the guy there until your AD carry shows up. Free kill. But they're just going to start roaming around with this goon squad here. But they have to be very careful. They're going into the mid lane here as Metaphor and Taeyang. I get caught in a bad spot, but they do just give up, not try and finish the turret. And a great slow there, and the laser coming through. They're just going to walk away. Start heading towards Pulsis. Regroup. Have that 4-man, but I don't think they're going to be able to get any objectives here as Panda 210 is dead.
Something I like a lot here is actually that Lulu Whimsy going onto the Skarner, because I mean, he does need to be very close range to be able to use that ultimate, so I would like to see that combo kind of being used later in this game here to get onto some priority targets like that Pulsis, like Taeyang, and just get them out of the fight very early, speed them up, get them with the ultimate, and then drag them back into their own team where they can destroy him after that fact. So I do like that kind of combo there.
Yeah, definitely going towards more of a pick comp for LandBeforeTime. They really have no way of hard engage unless there is a flash impale. Like you said, Skarner, pretty short range. Going to be difficult for him to get too close with the on the hunt ultimate from Sivir on Falsis. So pretty difficult for them to really hard engage. They have the short range Twisted Advance from Caladir as well. It's going to be tough. They really only have the Glacial Fissure to get in there. So more going towards these picks. And we saw it in the top lane. Good pick onto Panda in the top lane. Great use of Impale by Cletus Cassidy. Now 2-0-4 showing up on this Skarner.
And we haven't even seen a 5v5 team fight yet. That is where LandBeforeTime is going to excel. They have a really great 5v5, but they haven't been able to find one yet. Maybe with the Dragon coming up in 40 seconds, they're going to start prepping for it. We're going to see finally this Protect the Jinx comp. The Shiv and the IE are finished. That's huge. That's your Jinx power spike. You're going to be doing a lot of damage. This is definitely the time for them to start picking these 5v5s, even though Caladir is behind. I think the CC that comes from Cletus Cassidy and Caladir himself should be enough to pull himself and pull his own weight in those team fights.
Another thing I do like coming up from LandBeforeTime is those trinkets they kind of have set up here. So they have the 2 upgraded yellow trinkets, 2 red ones, and then the blue trinket. So far they're setting up a lot of defensive vision to kind of help spot out Thunderducks moving throughout their jungle to kind of deter any of those picks that they're going to have with that Rengar coming in there with his ultimate. Just like you were saying earlier, Silky Mittens, that he can't use it too far away or else he's going to not be able to get in range. But we do see a fight coming out here.
Metaphor goes exactly right on Unfriendly Panda. The True Rice is using Glacial Fissure, does split them up. They're going to slowly peel back as True Rice is slowly taking a lot of damage, but he is putting down a great blast on ulti. They do get the stun. He's putting a lot of damage onto Caladir. That's a double kill for Taeyang as he patiently waited to get his first couple of kills of the game. And he's going to pick up a blue buff. This should be an easy dragon for Thunderducks.
That was a huge Gnar ultimate by Panda 210, definitely showing his stuff on that champion. Unfortunately, fighting in a tight quarter like that, not really forced to fight in that, they're definitely forced to fight in that tight quarter by Metaphor, that ultimate, jumping on to True Rice. But then we see the Wild Growth come out, and they're able to live. Metaphor flashes back out, is able to live through that engage. Didn't even need to flash, just lived anyways. But then we see that Gnar ultimate held on to till the very end. We do see that. We do like to see that also later in fights being used. Just holding on. It's really about patience as Gnar plays.
That's my problem with these team comps. They burst out. They go straight on to Unfriendly Panda and True Rice. Unfriendly Panda uses the ulti onto True Rice, and then they have to peel. There is no other damage coming out besides True Rice. They go straight onto him, they kill him, and they fall behind.
Caladir was forced to flash over the blue side, or the blue buff wall, just to get into that fight. And then he flashed right into that Gnar ultimate, and it got taken down. Taeyang doing lots of damage, picking up the double kill in that fight as well, now getting him ahead. It used to be just Panda, Metaphor having the kills, but now kind of sharing the kills around the rest of the team. Pulse is picking up a couple for himself as well. Looking like the same old stat line, 2, 1, and 7. Expect a lot of assists out of Pulses, and definitely pulling his weight.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to fight, Thunder Ducks in a choke point like that. They have just so much AoE in this short corridors. Like, they have the Gnar ultimate, they have the Victor, as well as they just have a lot of AoE damage coming out with the Ricochet coming out with the Sivir. So you don't want that bouncing off your team a whole bunch, because it's going to do a lot of DPS there with that Sivir. So yeah, maybe try and fight them in some more open ranges, like in front of that Dragon, in front of the Baron, in the lanes even, but not in those tight corridors around that blue buff. They're just going to get caught by that Gnar ultimate and destroyed.
And not having the vision really to control that, right? They didn't have vision on Metaphor, so he was able to jump on them in that tight corridor, force them to back off into that alley, and it was like a dream come true for Panda 210. Getting that great Gnar ultimate off. So just looking for them to increase their vision a little bit. Maybe we would have liked to see a Sight Stone come out from Cletus. I know he didn't. I'm not sure that he picked that up last game he played last week on that Evelyn, but maybe would have liked that to come out this game against a champion like Rengar.
I do like what LandBeforeTime is doing now. They're grouping and they're going to siege these turrets. Panda does have TP, and he does TP in here. They might look for an engage, as Caladir does have TP, but he is nowhere near. They on the hunt is Pop. Metaphor does have his ult. He's going to look to go right on a True Rice. He does a ton of damage. They don't quite get the enough burst. Skarner ults down Metaphor, and he is down. Great facial fissure. We see the Super Mega Death Ray go down. There's a lot of damage going on down Master J, but he does have his ulti available. The Chaos Storm doing a ton of AoE damage. Gnar going in. He does throw 2 with the mech. He gets the stun under the priority targets into the gravity field. Big a double kill for Pulses, and they're going to keep chasing Sharp Tooth, but that's it. Double kill for Panda, double kill for Pulses. Great team by Thunder Ducks.
Like I said, it's all about the patience on that Gnar ultimate. You know, the first wave of engage comes, and then you disengage as best you can using the wild growth, using all you can. The flash pulve as well coming up from Dead Master J when that first wave initiate, but then you still got the Gnar ultimate later. There's just too much CC for this team, it seems like. Even though there's a lot of CC on the side of LandBeforeTime, not enough to lock down every member of Thunder Ducks.
Again, showing that there might not be enough damage coming out here with just True Rice. I mean, they had a great kind of catch onto Metaphor as he did jump onto True Rice, the wild growth saving True Rice's life. And then just nothing after that. I mean, it was so extended, but just not enough damage coming out from just that one kind of carry. So, I mean, maybe game 2, I would like to see more threats coming out, maybe in the mid lane here, maybe even something in the top lane for Caladir. The Maokai just does not seem to be working out right now. 2, 6, and 1, and down a whole lot of CS onto this Gnar.
Yeah, trying to figure out the puzzle that is the Thunder Ducks in this one, not finding quite the correct pieces in the pick ban phase, unfortunately, but they still got to play this game out. They're still not over yet. 17-8 are the kills, 34,000 gold to 45 is the deficit for LandBeforeTime. Going to try and claw their way back. They really got to find these picks somehow with this Skarner ultimate to get the impale onto a key member before they get engaged on by this Rengar, who's really fearless at this stage in the game.
And what I was trying to say is I like that they were grouping to get these turrets, but I was about to say they have to be careful because Panda does have the TP and the 5v5s are not in their favor. And sure enough, before I even get to talk, Panda TP's up there and they force that 5v5. They pick up the free Baron, but they need to get the easy to get turrets, but once... Oh, he's going towards, I think, Frozen Fist or Frozen Heart. I was going to say, I wanted Skarner to get the Dead Man's Quake, get that extra movement speed and the damage, get to Lulu, and go for the picks, because I think that's the only way they're going to be able to pull themselves back in right now is kill one of those high priority threats in Taeyang or Metaphor before they're able to do a lot of damage to True Rice, and then look for the 5v4 fights, because right now 5v5 advantage definitely going to Thunder Ducks.
Yeah, to be honest, a little bit of a peculiar buy for Cletus Cassidy to pick up the Locket first item after the jungle and Merc Treads were completed. Really the only magic damage source is Taeyang, and yes, he's scary on Victor now, but he really wasn't back when that Locket was completed. He just picking up these kills now in that last fight. He used to be like 1, 1, and 2 in the mid game, and that was going for that first item Locket. A little bit peculiar. Could have maybe bought something else more beneficial for his team. So a little bit weird choice there.
Seems like they maybe just wanted it in the game altogether, whether it be on the support, but they probably wanted that Zeke's rush on the Braum to help out this Jinx become more of a carry. So, I mean, they probably wanted it, again, probably a little early to buy that. They maybe could have gone that second item. Giving him some more just defensive stats for himself rather than for the team, so he can help get into those targets, because so far he's getting bursted out still pretty quickly here just with the amount of damage coming out from Metaphor, from Taeyang, from Pulses. And they just have so much engage, so it's scary, really, with that Righteous Glory, with the Sivir ult, with the Gnar hopping in there. It's looking a little daunting here for Land Before Time.
Yeah, and it's really, really scary when the Summoner spells are available. The Flash Pulverize has been used to great success in all these team fights, it seems. They're just waiting on the Flash and Devmaster J, and then they're like, okay, we're good to go. Up the Metaphor Ultimate ready.
Good night.
Not anymore. He doesn't have it anymore because he just deleted True Rice. Good night. Right outside the walls of his own base. And no rebuttal even by the team. No one around. You're not safe anywhere unless you're behind those walls.
And
literally.
And that's the problem. I'm surprised this Rengar pick is working so well, just because of the team comp you have. You're putting all your eggs in one basket. You're saying, True Rice, we're going to protect you, we're going to keep you alive. This Rengar is hopping in and killing your AD carry before objectives. Like, this is not what you want from Land Before Time. I don't know if those two bans really hurt their big ban phase as they were coming into this, but I would like to see a lot more damage come out onto their side next game, but is not entirely out of the game yet.
It's also very scary when they take out True Rice, because then they are lacking a lot of wave clear on the side of Land Before Time. So these sieges are going to work out very well for Thunder Ducks here. Just being able to have the waves with them. I mean, they don't have Baron buff anymore, but I don't think it's going to matter too much in the grand scheme of it all. Metaphor just kind of waiting in the wings here, waiting for a perfect engage. Ultimate back up here, and the Youmu's and everything off cooldown, so he's going to be wanting to get a good pick here. True Rice is kind of in the front line again. He's got to be careful. Lulu shield coming out onto him right now, but they're going to have to be very careful here as they're getting poked out decently from Metaphor. Again, just waiting for the right time to go in.
And they're just poking back and forth. I'm actually really surprised they didn't go Cletus Cassidy, they didn't go balls to the wall and try and grab Tae Yang there, like trying to get to the guy. They did a ton of damage to him. I know he would have got locked up, but if he had Tae Yang not being able to do damage in one spot, I think they still could have blown him up.
Yeah, absolutely. And they also had vision on Metaphor. They're backing them up. Metaphor is sitting right on top of a ward in that tri-bush, waiting to use that ultimate, not finding the right time and place to do so. But like, you're right, they could have jumped on Tae Yang. The flash was available for Cletus Cassidy, already chunked down to half health. Doesn't have a Zhonya's complete or anything like that. It's not like the other. It's not like Thunder Ducks have Lulu to use a wild growth. No really way to save Tae Yang immediately. So missed opportunity, but maybe just a little too skittish at this point.
Skittish, I like that word.
Trying to expand the vocab, one word at a time.
Yeah, gonna broaden our casting horizon here. As it looks like Metaphor wants another pick here again, as he's going after Unfriendly Panda.
Very nicely played. Does flash into the bush to make sure he can close that distance a lot faster. I think his ulti was just running out, and that's why he just threw the bull at a creep. It's like, I don't need this. And he just threw it in his way just to make sure he got the kill, but it does force a lot of damage onto Unfriendly Panda. We're going to see a re-engage here. Caladir going in. They do catch Tae Yang. He's going to land straight on top of those chompers. Cletus Cassidy going to put down a lot of damage. He's going on ulti. Okay, they do get the kill. They're going to keep pushing. This might be favorable for the... Whoa! They catch him, and they just completely pop him. Panda is very low. Oh, the rocket or the zap just missed, but they do proc the stun. Can he keep chasing? He does get the slows. Panda building up that Gnar bar, though. They have to be very careful. He does, however. Oh, Devmaster J popping Sharp Tooth right as the Harbinger was available. But they walk out of there, and it was actually only a 2-for-1 for Land Before Time. What looked very scary. They walked away relatively unhurt.
I think Land Before Time really overcommitted on that great catch they had there. They recognized that Panda used that ultimate a little in an odd spot there. Unfriendly Panda might be getting caught out here in his own, flaunt. He wants to show himself off here, but Panda, pretty tanky, doing a lot of damage with those stacks, and it looks like they might get him. The Summoner Hero comes out, but he's going to go down anyways. Maybe, again, overcommitting on that one, but they...
True Rice does flash in there. He does pick up the kill. He's going to try and chase down Devmaster J. We'll see if he has his app available. Not L. Caladir does TP in behind the play there to try and stop Metaphor from totally killing True Rice, but True Rice actually solos him out, picking up the kill by himself there, which is very scary. Baron's up in 12 seconds, and honestly, I think Land Before Time are in position to take it. But it looks like Thunder Ducks are just going to say, okay, yeah, go ahead, take Baron. They're going to try and get an inhibitor out of this and pull them away from Baron. Very smart play by Thunder Ducks to pull the aggression to the tower and keep them off Baron.
Yeah, just going for the safe play there is Land Before Time, but that was a really great start to that team fight in the top lane, realizing Metaphor was just in the bot lane, pretty much used all his stuff, used the Summoner Flash, used his ultimate on an Unfriendly Panda, and it was a great chance to go in. Flashing in, getting Tae Yang locked up right away. The missed opportunity, they learn from their mistakes and go for it this time, and it pays off. Definitely getting True Rice more ahead now.
So, yeah, as well, Thunderdogs having great lane control here as they had the bot wave pushed all the way up there. So even though LandBeforeTime had a couple catches there and were kind of in a spot to go for the Baron, they couldn't really leave their base open with those waves being pushed up as far as they could. So they had to leave the Baron. They had to go back trying to just deter any kind of pushes up the mid and bot wave. But some vision being set up here very nicely for LandBeforeTime, just going to be clearing it out in their own jungle.
It's going to be very scary. Panda 210 can split push. He does have the TP available. Caladir does not. So if he tries to match him, they're going to be in a lot of trouble because he will just TP to Baron. They have the mana advantage. If they don't, Panda's going to take a turret.
If you think Metaphor doesn't go ham, just look at this guy's build. He goes for the Tiamat, doesn't even finish the Ravenous Hydra, says, no, I want more damage, gets the BF sword, go along, really wanting to one-shot at this point. It's like, my job is to kill True Rice, or anyone really, like we saw going for Unfriendly Panda the last fight, but it looks like they're going to start the Baron here, and there is the Gnar bot lane, but it does have TP.
He does have TP, and we do see Metaphor on the backside. They do have vision, so they can go in here. They use on the hunt. A lot of damage coming in, and we'll see the laser goes in the knockup. The Chaos Storm is out. They do have True Rice. He's still alive in the back there, but for how long? He's stuck in a corner, and they do take him down. Standing behind Baron, a very bad idea, doing a lot of damage. Panda going to chase down a triple kill picked up by Taeyang. He's going to keep chasing down on Cletus Cassidy, but as we see, Panda picked up the other kill. No Penta kill today, guys. Triple kill for Taeyang, and the Baron does go to LandBeforeTime. They do end up getting it at least.
Yeah, True Rice picking that up before he dies. That was really peculiar shot call to go for that Baron, really having no advantage other than the position advantage on it to start that. Maybe a bit of a misplay. Maybe he thought that Panda didn't have TP, but Panda wouldn't be bot lane if he didn't have TP, so putting themselves into a quarter that time really cost them, but they might get a kill here on Metaphor. Hanging up that turret. No, not gonna be a kill.
The problem with doing Baron like that is you either have to commit to the Baron or get off and fight the enemy team. They tried to do both, but they put themselves at the back of Baron pit. You're causing those spikes to help out. Baron's a 6th member at this point for either team. Whoever's back there, they're taking a ton of damage. Maybe a misplay. They should have at least tried to swing themselves out of the turret or out of the Baron pit before they fight, but we do see Caladir. He popped right to score. Metaphor though, completely annihilating True Rice with that burst. He's still alive. Taeyang kills, pops the CC. He's still alive in there. Taeyang keeps going. They do finally take down Metaphor, but the rest of Thunderdogs have already collapsed. Meganar is available. Oh, great ulti there by Unfriendly Panda, keeping him from activating Meganar. But another triple kill going towards Taeyang, and he's showing where that scaling with that Victor is coming in handy, dealing a ton of damage. Great team fight again by Thunderdog.
Absolutely a miss Gnar ultimate, but just using that one before he goes mini again. They thought they were safe. Metaphor was so low taking that turret, and Cletus Cassidy was trying to defend there, and then they re-engage, and they thought, wow, this is the chance. Metaphor is out of the fight. He's so low, but Metaphor goes back around, heals, uses his W to heal up there, and then comes back around and absolutely destroys True Rice. No one ever even saw him coming. Unfriendly Panda wasn't in range to save him this time. That's pretty much the saving grace for True Rice in every fight is the wild growth. Not having it this fight spells total disaster for LandBeforeTime.
Cletus Cassidy ulted him, but Taeyang popped him immediately, and it dropped him right out of that ulti. It's very entertaining to watch. But with this dragon up, I'm curious if LandBeforeTime even attempt to fight this. This isn't dragon number 5. They only have 2. It's going to be beneficial. Just give it up, guys. Try and find those turrets. They need to find little gold increments that can pull themselves in. But they're going to look to fight anyways. As it is a man advantage. They're on the hunt is Pop. They do catch up to Pulses, though. He is very slow. The Skarner ulti does go up as the spell shield is not available. Chaos Storm doing a ton of damage to the rest of the team. He pops right his glory again. Isn't even fun to kill, but Panda is kind of left up. He does go in. He has Gnar. A 5-man Gnar ulti. Throws him into the wall. He gets 3 people with the stun. A giant headbutt powered by Devmaster J and Metaphor and Taeyang cleaning up that backline. True Rice is dead. He gets the house onto Sharptooth. A double kill. Another triple kill for Taeyang. Are they going to be able to get Caladir? I don't even think it matters because I believe that's game, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Caladir is going to live through this one, it looks like, but still getting slowed down. I better shut up before he gets killed. But there was like 3 seconds there where I think we all knew what was going to happen. They're chasing Panda down. His Gnar bar is growing, and then Panda turns around. They're like, oh crap. And they run towards the wall.
No reaction by Thunderducks or LandBeforeTime at all. Just kind of clustering and giving him the free 5-man.
Yeah, Paul says he was just, they focused so much on him, but they didn't even notice that Panda kept autoing the dragon to get the Gnar, like to fill up his Gnar bar so he could go in and re-engage once Metaphor kind of got to that fight, as he was a little bit behind, But, I mean, just so much focused on Pulsus there, and he's not even the biggest threat on the team, so they used everything on him, and nothing was left to kind of go up for the rest of the team. So with that Gnar ultimate being as big as it was, there wasn't a lot of hope of coming out on top of that one. They do pick up the dragon here. Not a lot of contest after that fight. I don't know if he really want to after losing that one that hard.
I mean, Silky, you were saying Panda only plays Gnar. But if it's not broken, don't fix it. This guy has been showing why he plays Gnar so much, and he's very good at it. These ultis this game have been so clutch.
Yeah, I mean, you say they play it every single game, so why is everyone still giving it to him all the time? Holy cow, man.
Going in and completely soloing up True Rice. He's still alive in there. They had to use so much just to kill him. They commit the exhaust. Lulu ults. Cletus Cassidy had to ult. And that was just to take down the jungler. He has an Infinity Edge now. This guy's going to be critting as he comes out. That was disgusting. This is why I hate that champion as an AD carry. You're dead. This team comp is built around protecting your AD carry. How are you supposed to protect your AD carry if he's getting one shot?
Yeah, and after that, Death, he also goes back and finishes up the Hydra as well. So now he's completely full build, except for he can upgrade his boots. But beyond that,
and his ward.
And his ward. And his trinket, yeah. But, I mean, beyond that, he's as fed as he's going to get. So if he's doing that before he had the Hydra, it's going to be even worse now that he does have it. So this siege is going pretty well in the favor, though.
Glacial Pusher is used. They're trying to disengage. Taeyang just completely destroying Sharpshooter, though. Caladir very low. Oh, the Super Mega Death Rock does go in. Taeyang slowly, he is alive, but the Unfriendly Panther does go in to take him out. Jinx very healthy. They are giving him a lot of space. He's just autoing. They pick up another kill. Devmaster J does get the kill onto Cletus Cassidy, but True Rice is going to chase. Uses Zap. Mega Gnar is available. They have to be very careful. He does flash. He gets the Gnar. He does stun them. Throws the house, but a great Whimsy onto Caladir, changing him into the squirrel. Great play there to keep True Rice and himself alive.
We kind of see what happens when you don't have Metaphor. Metaphor dead. So is Unfriendly Panda, but she's closer when she revives. Metaphor's got to come all the way across the map, so really a 4v5, and that was just a great play, maybe overextension. It doesn't really matter, though, because the Super Minion's going to win the game, and Metaphor's also going to win the game. The fail flash from True Rice doesn't matter, Metaphor's just going to run away anyways. True Rice really played that well, pretty safe when there's no Rengar one-shot in there.
And they already committed so much to every other member, as True Rice had just spawned Super Mega Death Rocket from base, hit Taeyang, got him very low, came in and just started cleaning house. It's very scary how close that team fight was, even without Metaphor. But you're right, they lose pretty much their entire base to Super Minions. They lose those Nexus turrets trying to defend their tier 3 bot turret. Things are looking very grim for LandBeforeTime here. They're gonna have to have one heck of a miracle to try and pull themselves out of this one, I think.
Taeyang is really fed team 14, 3, and 6. I was talking about earlier how this guy wasn't very fed, 1, 1, 2, whatever. Rocket first item may be questionable, but now definitely needed. Maybe 5 rockets would do the trick, I think, to stop this guy. Metaphor is the secondary threat, I almost want to say at this point. He's only a threat to Jinx.
Secondary, how come the primary? Oh, we do see the flash again, and we see Metaphor coming from the back and completely destroys True Rice. There's nothing to help him. He gets a double kill on Unfriendly Panda. There's Wild Growth, nowhere to be used on any target. A triple kill picked up. We see Panda going in on Sharptooth. He does use a Glacial Fissure, but it's not going to be enough. He gets Nard, he gets thrown in the house into him. He's not a brick house. He goes down easy. They're trying to chase down Cletus Cassidy, but he's too quick. They're not going to get him. I think that's game. Metaphor, primary. They killed True Rice before Wild Growth used. They killed Unfriendly Panda before he can even ult himself. Beast mode jungler. It's great game by Thunder.
It's too hard to pick with the primary. 14, 3, and 7, nothing to shake a stick at when you're Victor. It's really flashy to see people get one shot, but Victor's doing all the other hard work against other 4 members, But definitely a solid game. And Gnar just dancing around. Pretty happy about that victory as well. 40 to 20 are the final kills. 79 to 60.
Well, that's it for game 1. We'll take a quick short break here, and then we'll come straight back with game 2. Stick around.